the weekend, Donald Trump was interviewed on Fox News. That's always what the end of that sentence is going to be. It's going to be on Fox News, but generally it's with someone like Jeanine Pirro or Sean Hannity. But he made the decision to be interviewed by Chris Wallace. And while Chris Wallace and I probably disagree on literally everything you can imagine, Chris Wallace is not the sort of Fox News host that is just going to sort of tee up easy questions for Donald Trump. He actually questioned him quite a bit. And so we want to go through a few different topics, the first of which is the coronavirus and the fact that cases are going up. So let's take a look at how Trump fielded that question.
Testing is up 37%.
Well, that's good.
I understand. Cases are up 194%. It isn't just that testing has gone up, it's that the virus has spread. The positivity rate has increased.
Many
the
of
virus
those
is
cases,
worse than it was.
Many of those cases are young people that would heal in a day. They have the sniffles, and we put it down.
So it's just the sniffles. A few problems with that. One, deaths are going up too, and hospitalizations are going up. And generally, you don't get hospitalized with like a case of the sniffles, where it's like, hey, I just want to be put on a ventilator for the next 2 weeks because I've got the sniffles. And so I like that he was willing to be like, no, I've got the actual numbers. It's not just that we're doing more testing, because Trump said that ad nauseum over and over and over and over and over again. But the thing is that Trump is never going to actually acknowledge that. He's never going to like respond to Chris Wallace saying, you know, I've been trying to fight against this idea because I'm just scared about what it represents. But you're right. It's not just the testing. The virus is spreading. Like, that's never going to happen, of course.
No, I mean, and that's the thing. This Trump just doubles down on his own BS and his own lies. But it would be so easy for him to say, yes. I mean, yes, cases are going up, and our testing is a testament to the fact that we're addressing it. And isn't it a tragedy? I mean, again, sociopathic, no empathy. And I mean, with all this entire interview, I resist the urge to be outraged, because I feel like that gives him a win. I expect all of this. I'm like, I don't want him to take any more life force from me. We're already operating real thinly as is. And it's like, yeah, I expect this. But I also am like, it's almost like watching someone like a how to president by doing the exact opposite of this person. Like, you know, journalist presents you with stats that are fairly sad and grave and scary. What do? Become defensive and get angry with him, or nod your head and say it is a tragedy and shut up.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that you say that, the acknowledging that it's a tragedy, because that would be at least sober, you know, a sober assessment. He's going to go in the exact opposite direction. So I apologize, but we're going to suck out a little bit more of your life force. Because I want you to take a look at the way he responded to Chris Wallace talking about rising death numbers.
I'm going to do you a favor, because I'm sure a lot of people listening right now are going to say, Trump, he tries to play it down. He tries to make it not seem as serious as it is.
No, this is very serious.
75,000 cases a day.
Show me the death chart.
Well, I don't have the death chart
here, but I can tell you
the death chart is 1,000 cases a day.
Excuse me. It's all too much. It shouldn't be one case. It came from China. They should have never let it escape. They should have never let it out. But it is what it is. Take a look at Europe. Take a look at the numbers in Europe. And by the way, they're having surges.
Are 6,000 in the whole European Union.
They don't test. They don't test like we test.
Is it possible that they don't have the virus as badly as we do?
No, it's possible that they don't test. That's what's possible.
So he was asked about the deaths specifically, and he ended with, "It is what it is." And I tweeted this morning, I think. It was like, I tried to process that being the response to any other tragedy. Like, FDR responds to Pearl Harbor death count. It is what it is. Like, George Bush responds to 9/11 death count. Hey, it is what it is. They never should have sent the planes, but it is what it is. And of course, way more people have died from coronavirus than both of those things combined. What a sick, like that he doesn't understand. He's just creating more things that Midas Touch and other PACs are going to clip out against him. Like, faced with the fact that we're back to close to 1,000 deaths in one day, he says, it is what it is. China, what you gonna do?
Yeah. They shouldn't have let it escape. You know, it's terrorizing cities, and it's stealing blondes from the 37 stories and climbing up to the top of the Empire State Building and, you know, grabbing helicopters. Like, what is this? What does he think this is? Mm-hmm. We know here's what I think. I think he believes in science. He's too stupid to understand it, mm-hmm. but he believes it and he knows it's real. He believes in math. He's just too stupid to understand it. But again, he's purely driven by the desire to not look wrong, to not backtrack on what he said, to triple, quadruple, septuple down on his stupid take from months and months ago, even though every day proves him even more and more wrong, and he looks even worse by denying mm-hmm. reality right now.
Yeah. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.